Hi, so today we're doing a research project around family meal times and food memories. So we're going to have a group of 5 participants come in and talk about their family meal times. The way this will take place is they will roll a dice which correlates to one of the questions here in these envelopes, and then there will be a group discussion regarding the question in the envelope around family time, meals, food, and their interaction with food when they were younger.
Hi guys, my name is Shivam. I'm 25 and I'm from India. I love cooking and I love eating. That's me.
What's your favorite dish?
Well, butter chicken. Absolutely love it. Absolutely miss it in England. Yeah.
Or you can cook it yourself, I imagine.
Takes 2 hours to make.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, if made properly, but yeah. I wish I could.
Hi guys, I'm Smriti and I'm from India, and my favorite dish is a chicken curry that my granny cooks. She has a special recipe which I haven't been able to learn that well, but I really do miss it, and that is my favorite thing in this entire world.
Hi, my name is Anna and I'm from Romania. I'm 23 years old and my favorite food is lasagna. I like a lot of different foods, so my favorite food changes all the time. I can't really cook, but I just love to eat.
Hi everyone, I'm Ron, I'm 25 from the UK. My favourite dish would have to be a roast dinner, just because when I lived abroad it's what I missed most and craved the most. I try to cook a little bit, but I mainly rely on my housemates to feed me, so yeah, I'm going to get better.
Hi guys, my name is Akshita. So I'm a 25-year-old girl, and my favorite food is rajma rice, which we make kidney beans rice. That is made by my mother, so I love it.
One. Oh. There you go.
Do you believe family meals have influenced your relationship with food? If yes, how? Yes and no. I think it's more influenced my relationship with my family than necessarily my relationship with food. My mum never really liked cooking. She was not a big foodie, so we used to have the same meals all the time. But it was more that the conversation would change around the table than the meals. But I think I have a better relationship with food in my 20s and experiment more now. So it's like going through a second wave of excitement with food than growing up that was just like chicken nuggets every Tuesday.
Yeah, I think it's pretty similar for me as well, because my mum didn't really enjoy cooking as much, but we'd love to go out and eat. So it was always me and her trying new restaurants or like trying new cuisines and all of that. And growing up, I just realized that if I do not want to eat what's made at home, I'm going to have to start cooking by myself. So I had to teach myself how to cook very early on. So, and I love cooking now. So like it just developed into like such an amazing hobby for me that I enjoy it so much, and I enjoy making food for others, for my family members, for my mum. Yeah, I think it turned out pretty nice.
Yeah, I think for my family, I guess all the men in the family, they really loved cooking. And yeah, like they were obsessed with it. And when I was a child, I used to spend a lot of time with my grandfather in the kitchen. So I think that sort of really created a bond between me and him. And yeah, my love for cooking obviously comes from that. So yeah, for me, I think family meals really sort of helped create like bonds.
For me, it was quite different because my mother used to cook every time. She loves cooking, but I hate cooking, so I never used to cook in my school days. So I was rely on her to cook every meal and everything. My dad loves to eat, but doesn't like to cook. So he he never comes to the kitchen and cooks everything. So my mother is a main cook. She loves to try different things. So in summer breaks she used to make chocolate ice creams or from scratch. She used to make cakes for us. She was to make chaat varieties of it,
Wow.
different chaats, Delhi chaats she makes around us. So maybe she likes cooking because from her family background, that's why, like, for her it's like cooking together and not together with me. She just like to like need a help with it, and she likes that only.
More like a bonding
Yeah.
experience. Two.
2. There you go.
Right. How often did or do your family sit down to eat together? Do you wish it was more? Yeah. Yes. I mean, my family we all did have a lot of our meals together, especially on the weekends, but it was never a practice where we sat at the dining table and ate food. It was just that we were all together in the same room, eating at the same time, but like watching television or like just discussing about what's been going on in all of our lives, which is amazing, really. Like, you do not need to have a dining table to do all of that, and I did not realize that until very late. But I did wish that we could do that more often, because it was only during the weekends. And yeah, I mean, it was always nice to do that though, and it was always very, very fun. We fought at times, but then that's just how
I
families
think
are.
that's part of
It's a
eating
part of
together
it. Yeah,
and, like,
exactly.
fighting and
Yeah, but the food was always really, really
Yeah.
good, because my granny cooks amazing food. And my great grandmother was also with us for a very long time, so she used to cook a lot as well.
Your great grandmother.
Yeah.
How old was she?
She was 94 when she passed away.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
So she would still cook all the time?
Yeah, she used to cook until she was 92.
Wow.
Yeah, so she used to cook very, very good food.
I'm sure she must have like some nice recipes that she passed down.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah?
She did. She has a very amazing mutton curry recipe,
wow.
which I love. Yeah, so it was my great grandmother, my grandmother, my mom, and me, and my grandfather.
Aww.
So it was very nice to like just sit with them and have food with them. And I wish we did that more often.
I think in my house it was a rule to sit down and eat together, because my mom used to get really angry if any of us would take food to our rooms or like sit in the living room or in the sofa to eat. Like, she had a strict rule, like, doesn't matter whichever corner of the city you're in, 8 p.m. you're supposed to be home, sit on the table and have food with everyone. So
I think it's more about discipline as
yeah,
well.
yeah. But my parents were pretty strict when it came to like all of this, and I think that was the time where, even though we didn't spend the entire day together, but those 30 minutes when we are eating, I think that's when we should sort of shared whatever happened in the day or like in the week or whatever you have to share with them. So yeah, my mom was pretty strict with that.
For me, it's on Monday to Friday. It's like my father used to come late, and we did not have a meal with my father sometimes, or like most of the time we do have, but we do not talk about each other. We just watch a movie or something like a
Okay.
series, or just eat. But on Sunday, he created a rule or something like that. Like during the breakfast time, each of us has to explain what happened in the previous week and what problems we have had to face, and like just talked around each other and share the problems, and it was a good time. Like we have like, he used to ask like what had happened in the school, what happened in the college, what happened in the job. He just asked us.
We did it every evening. I think it was less for discipline and more for practicality, because my mum is a single parent, so she had 3 young kids and she could not really get all of us together at the same time. We're all very different kids as well, so for her it's probably like the easiest way to get us together. But yeah, it was pretty much every night, I would say.
For me, I think it was just different at times. Because there was a point in my life when my father he was just away for work for a long time, and it was just me, my mum, and my brother. So my mum really wanted for all of us to be sitting down and having food together. I think she just saw it as a just time for all of us to be together. But because my dad was away, it was just me, her, my brother, and we didn't really see cooking as a bonding experience. My mum would do the cooking, we would do the eating, and that was pretty much it. And I didn't really think about it that much back then, but now I sort of wish it was a bit different. But yeah, that's pretty much how it was. It wasn't really anything too special. We just were eating because we had to eat, and I think it did change a bit later in my life, but yeah.
Do you guys have dinner now with your housemates instead?
Yeah.
We do
Yes.
sometimes. Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah. We have flat dinner nights where we all come together and we cook something.
Yeah.
So
that's
yeah.
nice.
My roommate is like extremely busy, so he does not have time to cook at all.
Really?
So I'm always cooking.
Yeah.
It's him.
Oh. And it's really messy too.
No, but like we do invite our friends sometimes, and then we host dinners and stuff. So that's fun, and it really does make you realize how important it is to like cooking for others, for yourself, and eating meals with people. You know,
True.
Yeah.
it's like a very different kind of bonding experience, and you do not realize until you actually do it with people.
Yeah, because I got my own flat when I was like 22, and it was the first time that I'd have like dinner by myself, and I was like, this is horrible.
Exactly.
Like I hate this.
Exactly.
So then I moved. My partner at the time moved in, and even that was like still, it was like a dinner date every night. I was like, Jesus. But then being in a shared house, I think having housemates, it kind of replicates that family
Feeling,
scenario of like
Yeah.
sitting down,
Yeah.
like catching up with everyone.
Trying to find the right time during the day where all of us can come down at the same time.
Yeah.
Have food together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I moved out when I was 18 because I started uni here, and I moved out and just thinking about what I have to cook every single day. I was like, no.
What is this adulting?
Yeah, what is
Yeah.
this? It's like I have to do this for the rest of my life now. I have to think about what I have to cook every single day. I just can't do it.
I'm just glad I enjoy cooking, otherwise it would have been absolutely
Nightmare.
shit for me.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel. Honestly.
No worries.
Six.
Okay, why is it blue? Is it a special question?
You win a prize.
Oh, what's my prize? I'm scared. Does your family have any food-based traditions or cultural practices based around food? Well, every weekend I think my dad has this tradition of cooking meat. So yeah, doesn't matter what we were having the entire week. He's the one who's gonna have the authority over the kitchen on Sundays, and nobody else is allowed. So yeah, that's like the thing in my home, and yeah, he's very strict about it. He's really passionate about cooking.
Tradition.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to bring it back to a roast. That was like our Sunday meal, and it's kind of weird when you think about it, because I think in the UK it started being like offers like a religious meal, so every Sunday you'd have it around like after church or something. But we were not necessarily a religious family. Like we didn't go to church, but we'd still keep that ritual of like having a roast every Sunday. And then we would invite like more people round, or like guests round. So I guess that's the only like tradition I would say we've kept around food.
For me, I don't think my family had any specific like traditions when it came to food. We just have pretty generic food. But I will say that in my country we eat a lot of pork meat. So the meat that we had most in our house was not beef, rarely fish, sometimes chicken, but mostly pork meat. And that is something that we eat a lot during Christmas as well, and Easter is just... So yeah, it's nothing family specific, but just nationality specific, just a lot of pork meat.
Yeah, mine is more culturally inclined as well. So like, I'm South Indian, and South Indian culture, during festivities or like a special occasion, we used to eat on a banana leaf.
Oh, wow.
That happened a lot in my household. Like for every other reason, we used to like just whip out the banana leaf and start eating in it, because the food tastes a lot better on a
Yeah.
banana leaf, like, to be very honest. So that happened quite a lot for like my birthdays or like any festivities, or even if it was like a special day in our religious calendar, we used to like our lunch or like our dinner would be on a banana leaf. So that is something that is like a tradition that my family followed very dedicatedly.
For me, during the winters, my mother used to make gajar ka halwa, that is called carrot pudding, I think.
Carrot pudding, yeah.
So she used to make, it takes a lot of time to make that thing, and she used to make, like, she started in the morning and afternoon she able to finish it because it takes a lot of time. And during that time she used to like give to the family members, she used to give into the office of my father also. So like in my grandmother's there is like gajar halwa on winters. So it's like it is the main thing for in winters, there is a gajar ka halwa prepared by mother. It's like that.
That's sweet. It is sweet.
Is it like a carrot cake?
It's like, it is made out of carrot and a lot of jaggery and sugar,
Yeah.
but it's served like a pudding.
Well, like a
Like porridge.
sticky toffee pudding?
Yeah.
Sticky toffee
Yeah.
pudding,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sounds
like,
nice though.
That sounds amazing.
in between pudding, porridge,
Yeah.
it's like that, but it is the most delicious.
Yeah. Takes around
dessert
4 or
ever.
5
Yeah.
5 hours to make.
Yeah.
Because literally the carrot has to like
Yeah.
sit in the vessel for like a really long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you make
Yeah.
it, you grate the carrot and
Yeah.
then you pressure cook it,
Yeah.
and then you make it all mushy and nice, and then you add all of the sugar and the dry fruits and everything, and then there's this thing, this clarified butter that we call ghee.
Yeah.
We add that and it's
Absolutely amazing.
very good. Cool. Who's next? Anna, you want to go next?
Yeah, I'll go next.
3.
Yay. Thank you. I'm nervous. What one thing would you have changed about your family meal times and why? I think I've mentioned this earlier. I do wish cooking was more of a bonding experience and spending time together with all of us. And I wish we did have more together meals, like the entire family. Not sure if it counts as meal about eating out, because we almost never did that. It was very, very rarely we all went out to eat, or not even all of us, but just like, yeah. I wish we could do that more often. I wish we did that more often. But yeah, that's pretty much, yeah.
I would probably say, and this is me being a sister, but like, Mum would always get me to like set the table and like wash the dishes, and the boys never did. So I would change that the boys would have to do more. But I think also naturally I kind of stepped in to support Mum, like do more stuff, and the boys just would play like Call of Duty or whatever in the background. So I wish the boys were more involved, and I think like seeing them now as like men, like they're both in their mid or 20s, I think they don't really know how to cook and don't really enjoy it because they didn't have that exposure. So I kind of wish that they were included more within that, and then also take the heat off me a bit, you know.
I wish, since I do enjoy cooking a lot, I wish I participated in the whole weekend cooking more. I just let my grandmother and my grandfather, like he always helped my grandmother out with the whole prepping of the food and cooking and everything. Like he was like a proper helping hand to her, which I adored. I wish I did that more often, and yeah, even though it's not like I do not like to do that, but I just don't know why I didn't do it. I think I was just being lazy. I was just like, someone's cooking for me, I might as well just let them do it for me. But yeah, I think that is something I would want to change. I want to be more involved in the kitchen.
For me, it's about like my father was. I wanted to involve him to the cooking, because during the COVID he was doing some of the cooking, like making garlic bread, making pizzas out of it. But after the COVID he was like, no, I do not want to do it. I do not like cooking or something like. But I try to like make him like do this stuff like in the breakfast, like make some garlic bread, make some pizzas.
Okay.
So I wanted like to get involved with him. Maybe that's why like he can interest with it, like do some cooking out of, so it can be helpful for my mother also.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
5.
Five.
No, 1.
But
That
you
was
should
5.
just pretend you was 5. How lucky.
Were you involved in deciding what the family meal would be? Were there meals you did not enjoy? Okay. Yeah, I was totally involved with it because every day my mother used to like, what should I make today? What should I make today? Because every family member has a different aspect what they like and what they do not like. So she used to ask me like, what should I make for this? What should I make for this? So it's like she does not want to take in charge of it. Like she can cook. She knows like she can cook anything, but involving the family members, she feel like they can eat. She wanted like make to eat like everyone can eat, so that she asked everyone like, do you want to eat this or should I cook this around it? So it was like an important part for it.
I was always asked what I wanted to eat, and I would give a proper. I would like reply very precisely. Like I used to tell exactly what I wanted to eat, and it would not be made. And I was like, why are you even asking me if you did not want to cook that? And that is why I was just like, I'm gonna take matters into my own hands, and I'm gonna start cooking for myself. Because but yeah, I was always involved in the decision making, and most of the times, even though I used to like tell what I wanted, I found myself considering what everyone else would also want to eat, and just making like a collective decision for everyone in the house, which helped me a lot, I think so, in life as well. But yeah, I was definitely involved in it.
To be honest, living alone now and making my own meals, I know it's not an easy thing to decide what to make. It's stressful. So now I understand my mom whenever she used to sit during lunch and she's like, okay, what do you want to have for dinner? And I'm like, Mom, can you let me finish lunch before we think about dinner?
For me, I think so. When I was a child, I didn't really have a say in what was being cooked and what was not being cooked. My parents decided that, or mostly my mum decided that she would cook something, we had to eat it. If we didn't like it, we were not eating. So yeah, yeah, like we had to eat whatever whatever was put on the table, and but it was fine because I liked most of the things. The only thing I don't like was my mum used to make, it's a Romanian thing, it's stuffed bell peppers, so it's cooked bell peppers stuffed with like a sort of like vegetables and meat and stuff, and my mum used to bring out this massive pot, and whenever I saw that pot I was like, oh my god, stuffed peppers for the next 3 days, because she used to make so many and I always hated them, and I sort of forced myself to eat them because she would not be cooking anything else. It was stuffed pepper for the next 3 days. But yeah,
mine, I never chose. It would always be my mum. I think as well, for her being a single parent, like she, looking back, like she handled the situation so well. My little brother was 2, I was 6, and my older brother was 8, so dealing with kids that young as well as like a single mum, and like having to accommodate to all of the age ranges, and even as teenagers, like she did so well. And I can't actually think of any meals that I didn't enjoy. I just remember like messing around because my mum was a little bit outnumbered with the 3 of us. So like we would hide it under our napkins or like make a joke out of it. Our family definitely coped with humour throughout life. So we would just do that. But my mum always decided, and she would always try accommodate to all of us, I think. Which was probably really hard for her, but yeah, she's a good mum. I got 4. Wow. Straight off the bat. Who prepared your family meals, and did you ever help out? I think we already covered this a little bit.
We kind of covered it.
Kind of.
But my mum made the meals, I would help out. Actually, I used to go to friends' houses and they would get like gold stickers. And did you guys ever have oh my gosh, what's it called? Pocket money.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
if you helped out, you would get pocket money. I never saw a dime.
Oh no,
Yeah.
not because of that.
We
I
didn't
just
have
had a
it.
monthly thing. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
No, I
no,
did
it's
not
like
even have
you
that.
rewarding
Oh, yeah, no,
money,
no, no,
something
no,
like that.
no,
You're talking
never.
about rewarding money. So
Yeah,
Yes,
pocket
yeah.
money.
No,
Okay.
I didn't have that.
Yeah.
No, I get it. Without money, you can get whatever you wanted from that.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
Yeah, no, I never saw a penny. So when I was really, really small, like when I was like maybe 2 or maybe 3, I never used to eat in my house, but I always ate at my neighbor's house. So what my mom used to do, she used to like cook food at home, give it to my neighbor, and get her to eat that food, get me to eat that food in her house.
What?
Yeah, and I used to like gobble that shit up, just because I thought that the neighbor cooked it and not my mom. Yeah, so weird relationship with food and mom at that point, but I used to like I loved eating at my friend's house because it was so different from what used to be made at mine, and she used to love eating at my place, so it was
But then again,
win-win for the both of us. But yeah,
I feel like when you go out to restaurants, even if it's average food, you're like, damn, this tastes amazing,
Yeah.
because you're in a different setting
yeah,
and
exactly.
it's cooked by someone else.
yeah,
Maybe it's because like at home you know exactly where it comes from.
yeah, and how
That
it's being
it
done
kind of
and
gets
everything.
that mystery away.
Yeah,
Earlier, we used to help set the table and stuff when we had a lot of family come around. So it was a whole, like you said, the girls were helping out, the
Mhm.
women were helping, but the men weren't really, they weren't cooking, they weren't really doing anything, they were just sitting around. And in my house, my mum did the cooking. Later on, when my little brother got older, he also started cooking because he really enjoys cooking. I don't, and I was just the one who was eating. And now my partner cooks because he's passionate about cooking, and I'm the one who eats. And I've had people say, "Oh, you're definitely the one who cooks." I'm like, no, actually, how the gender roles are reversed. He cooks, I just eat.
you're just surrounded by people who love to make food for you, which
Yeah.
is amazing.
Yeah, I'm happy I wouldn't have it any other way because I can cook, but I'm not very good at it.
Yeah.
And I much rather prefer when other people cook. 'cause
Yeah,
they
yeah,
cook a
makes
lot
sense.
better. Yeah.